Hey there, quirky folks. Today I want to revisit the news about the DCEU reboot that is headed our way. In one of our previous videos, we presented several evidences pointing to the fact that The Flash is going to give the DCEU a soft reboot. Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill's Batman and Superman will be written out. Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne will become permanent in the DCEU. He will mentor Leslie Grace's Batgirl and get her ready for Justice League 2.0. Sasha Calle's Supergirl will also become permanent. It will be similar to how the Crisis on Infinite Earths event of the CW brought Supergirl's Earth into the main Arrowverse. Walter Hamada and co are writing out all of Zack Snyder's movies using the Flashpoint event. Creatives will have a choice to keep or delete certain aspects of the DCEU that we've witnessed so far. The events of movies like Aquaman, Shazam, and even Suicide Squad could have taken place in the timeline of the new DCEU continuity. So the stories of Aquaman and Shazam could be kept entirely intact. Or maybe slight changes could prevail in those. But events like Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Zack Snyder's Justice League could be written out in ways and replaced by stories of Keaton's Batman. Even Wonder Woman 1984 could have been a part of the newly created timeline, as Flashpoint really affects the entire timeline from the past to the future. Its narrative was totally different from what was set up in Wonder Woman and Justice League. Diana said that she had walked away from humanity 100 years ago. But 1984 showed us that Diana was very active as Wonder Woman. In fact, she was even able to fly. So, I'd say that all these were the changes brought forward by Flashpoint. And now James Gunn's Peacemaker more or less confirms the reboot. It is obvious that the future events will now take place differently than they were originally supposed to. But I believe that these events have already begun to take place with the Suicide Squad. And the biggest clue from it comes from a little Easter egg in James Gunn's Peacemaker series. This show has had a pretty solid start. I'd say that it is hilarious. The opening theme is probably among the best and the most enjoyable themes of all time. John Cena makes us care about Christopher Smith even after he killed Rick Flag. I don't like the fact that Cavill's Superman and Affleck's Batman are being written out, but at least the Peacemaker series is pretty enjoyable. And if you look closely, it gives us quite a few Batman references. For starters, Peacemaker calls Batman the P-word, or as the British and the Indians would know it as, the C-word. And the series even made the interdimensional imp Batmite canon. But in the first episode of the series, we saw Peacemaker's diary. And many of you must have noticed that it had Wayne Foundation sticker on it. The reference to Bruce Wayne's business is prominently on display. And I believe that it wasn't just a mere Easter egg. James Gunn wanted to use it to suggest that the DCEU has already been rebooted. Because if you look closely at the logo, it is different from what we've seen in the past. This was the logo we saw in Wonder Woman, and Bruce's business is clearly called Wayne Enterprises. But why would the logos be different? Wayne Foundation hasn't been referenced in the DCEU before, but Wayne Enterprises has been associated with Affleck's Batman.
It has to.
And because we know that Batfleck is being written out, and Affleck has even confirmed this himself, it is quite likely that Michael Keaton's Batman already exists in this new DCEU now. The references to Batman and Peacemaker's series are actually pointed towards Keaton's variant. Affleck's Batman was branded more as a criminal, as we saw in Batman vs Superman.
We're criminals, Alfred. We've always been criminals. Nothing's changed.
But as the old neighbor of Peacemaker suggested, Batman is considered as a superhero now. So, all these changes have probably been brought by The Flash, and the events of that movie will take place before Peacemaker. Or perhaps, Peacemaker could even take place before The Flash because ultimately, Flashpoint is affecting the past events now. I guess we'll know the schematics of the rebooted continuity much better when The Flash arrives later this year. Okay, that's all from us. What are your thoughts about the Peacemaker series? Are you okay with the changes that Walter Hamada and co are bringing to the DCEU? Let us know your thoughts and preferences in the comments. Give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to check out some more fun content on our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!